mask on. I'm going to put the mask on you that I have assigned to you. The role that I have assigned. All of this needs to be forgiven. This is what we're talking about, true forgiveness. True forgiveness is seeing through to the light. I'm going back over here. Sorry.
You're okay.
So, the fact is that we are connected, that we're all connected. When we fail to see the connections, we get caught in the suffering of self-centeredness, the duality, the idea of being alone. The connection, though, is always there. The connection never goes away. We think we've broken the connection. We think somebody else has broken the connection, but it's always there. We're just ignoring it. We're acting like it's not there. We're pushing the people away. But when we become aware that of the fact that it's there, and all we have to do is set aside the feelings of alienation and fine-tune the awareness. Sometimes we do this by just sharing honestly, and the honest sharing may start out as being somewhat acerbic, somewhat acid, somewhat even not nice, right? But what we're trying to do is allow things, and as we share, then maybe we can allow the solution and the love to come out constantly. We're always, it's always happening. We're always sharing. We're sharing in multiple ways that really they contribute to our sense of belonging when we pay attention to them. That we try to be empathetic in our speech as we share our thoughts. And I want to do my best when I'm sharing what's going on with me to have some kind of consciousness, some kind of sense about how my words are going to impact you. So I'm saying something, I also want to put myself in your place to make sure that what I'm saying is not hurtful to you. So we share our time, we give our attention, our best efforts. In the moment and throughout the day, we share talents, doing the things that we do best. We share, our abundance. Share our abundance, and all of these things connect us. I remember the story one of my teachers told about. I think I told this. He got a statue, a very old statue in Tibet, a Buddhist statue, and he had it in his office. And one of his colleagues saw it there and was just loved it so much. And the guy, it was like, boy, the guy is one of his most precious possessions. And he knew in that moment he was caught. He just knew, and he gave it to him. He gave it to his colleague because he said, if I kept it, he said the attachment to it would have been more of a burden to me if I kept it. I realized it was too important. So, and this is the same kind of lesson that we have with goals and things like that. When achieving the goal becomes more important than the ultimate purpose, when achieving a goal becomes more important than the ultimate purpose of being of service in giving love through forgiveness, then it interferes with the ultimate purpose, and even the achieving of the goal is not satisfying. So. And then the next thing is this honest presentation. So to consciously take the mask off. I think it happens so quick sometimes we don't even realize it, that we've taken on a role, we've taken on some aspect that is really not genuine. When we notice it, to just stop and get back to being honest, to say that, man, I got off track there. I'm sorry. And then just to present ourselves in this really clear way, without trying to impress somebody, without trying to gain, this approval seeking. Just never very good. So we're practicing. And as we practice, it's very, very cool what happens. We become adept. We become, just like any kind of practice that we have, we practice and we get better at it. As our knowledge deepens, we end up with more information, which then we can tell people. Read a book. You read a book and then you go talk to people about it, and it's almost as if you wrote the book. You're telling them all the information that you gathered. You just feel compelled sometimes. We want to talk about our discoveries, but think about that we should probably hold up for a second, not let our enthusiasm get the better of us, because we got to understand that information is not experience. Honest experience is the most effective message that we can carry to others, and we do this in the 12-step fellowships. We do this here when we gather here, but we also do it in our daily conversations. This honest experience, not just a theory that we heard somewhere that somebody else spouted and it sounded good, so we want to repeat it. We allow these newfound facts to spill from our lips. What happens is it's inaccurate, and it causes misunderstanding. So instead, we allow the information to percolate. Nobody even knows what percolate means anymore, because nobody has percolator coffee pots anymore. To percolate, we allow it to percolate inside of us. We put it into practice, and then allow those results to determine what we share. So if we read this good idea, don't tell anybody until you do it. We go out there and we do it. And then after we do it, we'll have some results that we can share. There are going to be many missteps along the way, but this honesty means that we do not present ourselves in a way that implies that we have become perfect. We got it. We do not present ourselves in a way that, while we are perfect at our core, this is important, we are perfect at our core, we always present ourselves in a way that says, I know my practice can always improve. That we are continually, because see, in this experience that we're having right now, we are moving from one perspective to another. So I'm going to do this one more thing. So this is it. This is the 11th instruction that we give in the marriage ceremony that we do here at One Spirit, is take off the masks. Abandon art and artifice. Be genuine and true. So this is the instruction. Be real with people, right? Be weird. So we think about this. How many relationships have been impaired by us acting like something that we're not? How many relationships have we damaged by us just playing a role and not being genuine? We put on this facade. This pretense actually blocks intimacy, because our intention and our attention goes to presenting, like almost presenting a case. We're presenting like we're all wrapped up in making sure that you believe. I want to make sure that you believe this image that I'm presenting to you right now. And what that does is it blocks the interaction from you to me. So all that I'm concerned about is that you see this picture that I'm trying to present. It blocks intimacy. And the thing is, we can't con our way into closeness. Previously, we may have been afraid to show people who we really are. It's a risk. We have to take a chance. We don't have to do that anymore. We can present ourselves in an honest way. It takes a little bit of courage, but it will pay great dividends. Much better to take a chance on authenticity than to continue in the isolation of pretentiousness. What is this fear anyway? What is it? We may think that if people really knew who we are, they'll be repelled, or so we extend this false front to keep them at bay. That really works. Our fellows are kept at bay, and then they never know us, and we will never truly know them. today as we go forward. Get rid of it. Throw the mask away. Let us risk. Take a chance. Let us risk our fragile egos. Let us reach out to others in tender and caring ways. Exposing ourselves. Let them know who we are. Let's expose, let's show our true self in an effort at a true connection. Unmask. It's not Halloween yet.